our last video, we discussed two ways on how to create objects. So one was you just start with curly brackets and then start defining the object itself, or you can first define the object creation and then go into populating that object, right? Uh, is there any other way to do it, right? So there is one method which you call as using a constructor function, and these are a little bit more complicated in syntax, so we'll try to keep up with this. So let's say I have a function room, all right, and room has a color, owner, and air conditioner property, right? Now you will say this dot color equals color, comma, this dot owner equals owner, comma, this dot air conditioner equals air conditioner, right? Now once you have done this, you are basically saying that the room property the room object has three properties: color, owner, and air conditioner. To refer to this color, you need to look for colors and owners and air conditioner in the new function. So let's say we have a new variable, something like let my room, all right, equals room, all right. Now we are calling the constructor and we are saying it has black color, let's say beige color, owner is John, and air conditioners is, yes, there is an air conditioner. Let guest room equals room, yellow, Jack, no, right? So now I'll see that uh, I have kind of defined two different objects and with very different properties, but I didn't have to write all the properties again, because that's why it is usable, or it's easier to use a room function. All right, it's a constructor that says the color is this, owner is this, or air conditioner is this, and you need to look for these, right? So can I go and say console.log my room is of color, my, uh, my room dot color, comma, and the guest room is guest room dot color, right? I'll save it. Let's go. Cannot read properties of undefined reading color. So we have hit a cannot read properties of undefined color. So we are hitting a problem like this, and I think somewhere we have made a issue with the syntax. So we'll go and say creating objects in JavaScript with creating objects in JavaScript with a constructor function. So it should be something like this dot name age. All right, that's what we have done. User. Oh, we have to say new. So we have to say here that it's a new room, and this is also a new room. Right now, if we go back, yeah, this works. My room is of color beige, and the guest room is yellow. All right. So that's how you use constructors to create new functions. Right. There is another one which is called a prototype function. So or using prototypes to create functions. So what are prototypes, right? uh, Prototypes are basically uh, where your object comes from. All right, let's say for example we'll go to a draw function. All right, let's say we have an object, all right, that says something like rabbits. All right, and then there are under rabbits there are different types, right? Right, so you have black rabbits, you have white rabbits, right? So you have different kinds of rabbits, right? Now can I make a prototype of a rabbit? So let's say we define a rabbit. All right, so we are saying that a rabbit has a type function, type property, and the value is some kind of rabbit, right? Now this is saying that this is the default value of rabbit object. All right, for naming convention we'll say this is rabbit proto. All right, and I'll use camel casing. All right, so can I create a new kind of rabbit, something like const John? All right, sorry, let's say const rabbit, say const John. Yeah, let's go for John, and I'm saying John is a rabbit which has the same properties as the prototype rabbit proto. All right, sorry, Object.create uh, rabbit proto. All right, and then we can say John dot type is equals to blank. All right, we also have another one, John Jenny, constant Jenny is equal to Object.create rabbit proto. All right, now what I'll do is console.log John.type, let's say John is a John.type rabbit, and Jenny is a Jenny.type rabbit. So if I save it now, what it will refer is John is a, then it goes to John.type. So John.type we have defined as black. So it will be a black rabbit, and Jenny is a Jenny.type. Now Jenny.type we have not defined anywhere other than the fact that it is referring to rabbit proto. Now rabbit proto says some kind of rabbit, right? So Jenny is a some kind of rabbit. So if I go back to my document and I refresh it, yeah, it says some kind of rabbit. It says rabbit twice because I mentioned rabbit here and here, right? What if I say that Jenny dot type, or actually instead of that, we can say that this is a white rabbit by default. By default, all the rabbit protos are white, so you will see white rabbit. Yeah, that's the whole idea. So basically, you can create the prototype of a class. You can say like, hey, I am going to create rabbits that have, you know, many different um, properties, and these should be the default properties that are there. But if a new object comes in and has, you know, different other properties, that's okay too. What if I say that let Jenny, uh, I am kind of, you know, worried about using const, because const, I think they can't be changed, so I don't know if that applies to objects as well. So I'll use let Jenny. All right, now Jenny will have um, rabbit proto as its prototype, and I am going to say let Jenny, sorry, not let Jenny anymore, Jenny dot type equals gray. Can I add a property here? Say Jenny dot type is, sorry, Jenny dot style equals sassy, right? So John is a so let's do this. Yeah, sorry, I got a call. Anyway, so if we are saying Jenny is a Jenny dot type, and she has a Jenny dot style, right? Save it, go here, and now if I reload, yeah, Jenny is a gray and she has a sassy style, right? So it is taking in new styles as well. All right, but does that mean that rabbit proto has a style? No, it doesn't. So if I go to rabbit proto dot style, and I also say John, for example, has a style, so I get undefined because those are not mentioned anywhere. Rabbit proto still only consists of the property type, while Jenny and John, so Jenny is the only object that has both type and style properties, right? So you can take the you know, properties from one object and add on to the properties of the new object from uh, which takes the properties of the prototype, right? So yeah, anyway, I think that's what we are done. That's what we have discussed today. Two more new ways to create objects. I think this is what I'm going to practice a bit because it can get confusing in the syntax. But uh, in the next video, I'm going to discuss this keyword prototype that we have been using quite a lot. What exactly is a prototype, and how do you understand, like, what is a prototype of what, right? So we'll discuss those topics, and we'll end objects once we understand prototype inheritance. See you in the next video.